Hello, and welcome to Cooking with Cornbread with me. Got my coats gear on again. Ain't none of my church folks ask me why I wear blue and white dress shirts all the time. And there's a reason, because of this shirt. Woo! Little freezer pack thawing out. Part of my demonstration today. But I wear this coat shirt every Sunday, and turns out that I wear this for an undershirt because of a stupid stupid, not tradition, very, very, very into the coats, and very, very into superstition when it goes to that. I don't wear the same underwear. Don't get down to that. Well, I have. When Peyton Manning took the Broncos to the Super Bowl, I think I wore the same undershorts for a while. Don't know why I believe in that, because I believe in God and God's will. So, but it's fine, you know. That's why you see me. I do these videos on Sundays mostly. That's why you see me in a Colts shirt with the Colts hat, and that's why I have all blue and white dress shirts, so I can wear this under it on Sunday going to church. Funny story. First time my wife drove my hind end back to church. Very thankful that she done that. It was for eating, and went out and got a Sunday shirt. Went out and got a Sunday shirt, dress shirt that would match my. Because there ain't no way I'm going to wear a white undershirt on Sunday because of the Colts. Love the Colts. They lost. And my wife was fearful that I wouldn't go back to church because they did lost. But I'm going to tell you that put the religion right back in me going back to church. I hadn't regretted it. On the opposite hand, I'm very thankful. Doing a cookout for the church last Friday in August. I think it's the 30th, but I'm not certain. I'm pretty sure it's 30th. Bring your kids to Sunday school out there, or not Sunday school, Bible school, vacation Bible schools out there. July 26th is when it starts. Might have a little surprise for you, If you want, to eat some of my stuff, come on out there. You can learn about God in the meantime. Anyhow, I'm doing a video about an 8-minute boiled egg today. I'm 3 minutes and 30 seconds into it, and I've been praising the Lord. How about that? So boiled eggs, 8-minute boiled egg. I'm doing some deviled eggs for myself. Actually, mainly whatever. Nobody likes them around here. I don't know why I don't make them hot. I guess because maybe they want to try it. And I know if they try it and it's hot, they won't like it. Deviled eggs, boiled eggs, deviled eggs. So in my deviled eggs, I use a cup of mayo, and that's about the only thing that I should make some mayo. That'd be a good one. Hellmann's, I like Hellmann's mayo. I don't go for great value on that. A cup of it, a tablespoon of mustard, 2 tablespoons of mustard. I use a teaspoon and a half of apple cider vinegar is what I've been using, but you can use white wine vinegar if you just got regular vinegar. A little bite, then a little salt, a little pepper to taste. That's good for 6 eggs. Probably won't do a video on that, but I figured I'd share a little bit of a recipe since I don't have one other than boiling eggs. And you might say, why are you doing boiled eggs? Well, this is how I do them. And it's proven to me to be successful if you do it and stick by the book on it. Most nearly every time. Ain't nobody perfect but Jesus, but most nearly every time this will work. So I'm going to turn you down. I'll show you what I got going on. Boop, boop. All right, let's get rid of that bowl. First of all, let's talk about the eggs. I'm kind of letting these eggs get to room temp. I'm not real concerned about that. These are farm eggs I got from Mary Wright. Very thankful for them. She gave them to me. She gave me 2 dozen, actually. Asked me today if I needed some more, and I haven't got rid of all that she gave me, so I felt guilty and told her I couldn't take them. So I'm trying to get rid of them so I can get some more. She's going to give me eggs, I'm going to take them. I love country eggs. Fried, scrambled, however you can cook them. Boiled eggs are good for you. Anyways, so what I wanted to show was I got the little juice moat here. I'm going to use it for my steaks later on. But I cleaned these off because they're country eggs and they had feathers on them, whatnot. I cleaned them off, and that reminded me of, since I'm not going to show you the whole video of me boiling these eggs, I'm just going to tell you how I do them and then stick by it. When I crack my eggs and peel them, I put them in this boat so they'll dry. They'll air dry as I'm cracking another one. And then you can take a paper towel instead of a bunch of paper towels, or a towel, which I don't recommend because if you're like me, I've got all girls, 3 girls plus my wife, bunch of hair. You could end up with a hair on your egg, so use a paper towel, and it only takes one to pat them the rest of the way dry, and you can put them down here and slice them in half. So that's why I wanted to demonstrate these eggs on here, because that's a perfect vessel for them. You know, you put them down there and they won't roll like it once they're cooked, because it's not hard. It's that soft surface. And these aren't very cold, but they're not very warm. They're not room temp yet. So next is we're talking about our pot. You put your eggs in your pot. I got the lid on purpose too. Put your eggs in your pot, and you'll put 1.5 inches, 2 inches or so. And what I do is your knuckles. So touch the top of your eggs and put your water in there to that. You know, if the top of the eggs right there, put your water to right there. Then you're going to put it on a burner. And I don't set it absolutely high. I got electric burners here. I set it about 3/4 of the way too high. So that would be 8, looks like, on my stove. And cover it. What we're doing is by covering, it's a quicker way of getting something to a boil. Now you're going to have to check it. Most of the time I'll tell you, if you're looking, you're not cooking. This isn't the case. You're just checking. And you take your lid off and see if it's boiling. What happens with that lid on, the steam comes up the sides, right? Hits that lid, or actually up the middle. I'm sorry, up the middle, hits that lid, and the water comes back down the side, and that's hot water, right? So it's doing that. If you had the lid off, just doing. All right, so lid on. We're looking for a boil. You're going to check it, you're going to check it, you're going to check it, right? Especially if you put it that high, it ain't going to take long. I'll tell you, in my case, with my electric burners, what I do too. So once it gets to a boil, and when I say a boil, I'm not talking about the little bitty bubbles. That's a simmer. A boil is a rolling boil. It'll roll in the bottom of that pan, right? It'll roll. It's a rolling boil. Put your lid back on. Cut your heat to. In my case, I go down to the 3 notch, because this, with the lid on, that's keeping all that heat in, right? You just want to keep an eye on that. You just want to maintain a constant rolling boil. You go too low, it'll mess it up. You go too high, you'll bust an egg. All right. So Once you see that rolling boil, that's why you're checking. You're checking. That's why you check often. Once you see that rolling boil, you're going to start your timer. That's another reason why I ain't doing this, because I'm using my phone as a timer, as I always do. You'll start your timer for 8 minutes. That's a hard boil. I'd have to look to see if you wanted a soft boil. We're doing deviled eggs today. Soft boiled eggs are very, very good too. But that gives you that firm white, but also that runny yolk. Man, that's why I like fried eggs. So we're going to boil it for 8 minutes. In the meantime, just like now, this isn't the bowl I'm going to use for an ice bath, but I've got my bowl in the freezer down there. I put my water in the freezer. That's an easy way. It's running anyways. The deep freeze is. That's an easy way for me to get cold water, right? You don't want cold water. You want ice cold water, ice bath. And if you're in my situation, I'm probably going to have to use 1 or 2 of these. I've got a few ice cubes in there, but my kids don't know how to refill an ice cube, and I don't use ice cubes myself because I drink a lot of bottled water and stuff. Don't really use a cup often. So you're going to fill that bowl maybe a third of the way or so, because we're going to put ice in it and then put the eggs in it, and you want it as cold as possible. So if you don't have a lot of ice cubes, you can use an ice pack like this for your kids' lunch or your lunch, whatever. Then take it out of the freeze about 1.5 minutes before the eggs are done, and put your ice or ice cubes in it. Going to leave that in here after 8 minutes. We're going to put the eggs in here for 5 minutes. And what I use, because I don't have a spider, which is a wire deal to scoop stuff out, I just use my slotted spoon. 5 minutes in here, and what that ice bath is going to do is it's going to stop these bad boys from cooking. What it's also going to do for you, and it's a chemical process, or not? There's a science behind it. How about that? It's going to take it. It's going to make that egg kind of shrink, the cooked meat. And that's meat in there. It's going to make it kind of shrink and separate it from the membrane. So when you go to crack them, it's easier to peel. Hopefully, don't work out all the time, but most of the time it does. Then that's when I put them here to dry, and then cut them. I'm going to use the bowl for my yolks to start the deviled egg process. And I can't leave because I'm hardwired today on a charger, so I'll use this. This is a bag of chips, but pretend that it's a Ziploc bag. You put all your mixture in there, and we're going to make a pipette out of it by pushing everything towards a corner. Cut that corner off. I guess technically if you wanted to, you could use the empty bag of chips, cut that corner off, and then you can just squeeze your filling into the half an egg. Anyways, that's how I do boiled and deviled eggs.